world of chess to see if making sacrifices really gives you an edge. Let's put it to the test. Chess sacrifices have been a cornerstone of strategy for centuries, with legendary players like Bobby Fischer and Garry Kasparov using them to outmaneuver their opponents. But what exactly is a chess sacrifice? Essentially, it's when a player deliberately gives up material, like a pawn or a piece, to achieve a greater goal, such as gaining a strategic advantage or putting pressure on their opponent. The debate around chess sacrifices is heated. Do they truly provide a tangible advantage, or are they just risk-taking moves that might backfire? Some argue that sacrifices can open up lines of attack, reveal weaknesses in your opponent's position, or even create threats that force your opponent to make difficult decisions. On the other hand, critics say that sacrificing material can weaken your position, give your opponent a strong initiative, or simply not pay off in the end. Many top players swear by the power of sacrifices, pointing to games where a well-timed sacrifice turned the tide in their favor. For instance, Fischer's famous game against Byrne, where he sacrificed a bishop to expose White's king. But others have differing opinions, citing games where sacrifices led to disaster. Take the game between Kasparov and Topalov, where Kasparov's aggressive play, including a sacrifice, was ultimately repelled. Examining various games and examples, it's clear that the success of a sacrifice heavily depends on the player's understanding of the position and their opponent's strategy. A sacrifice that works in one game might not in another, depending on factors like the stage of the game, the pieces left on the board, and the player's styles. A well-known example is the fried liver attack, where White sacrifices a knight to put Black's king in a precarious position. One surprising result from exploring chess sacrifices is that they often don't directly lead to a material advantage but can create long-term strategic benefits. Sometimes, a sacrifice can transform the position in such a way that it becomes harder for the opponent to defend. This isn't always immediately apparent and requires deep positional understanding. The exploration of chess sacrifices reveals that they are a double-edged sword. They can offer significant advantages but also carry substantial risks. The key takeaway is that the effectiveness of a sacrifice depends on a deep understanding of chess strategy and the specific position. If you're curious about more chess strategies and how to improve your game, check out my next video where I dive into another critical aspect of chess. And if you have thoughts on sacrifices or favorite games where they were crucial, I'd love to hear about them in the comments below.